I am Vidushi and today I have brought chapter 4 of biology. Why do we fall ill? So especially this question comes in our mind when we are just physically not healthy, we are ill. Then this question comes to our mind, how do we fall ill? What is the reason behind of falling ill? So this question comes in mind especially in this corona pandemic. So there are three factors affecting health. So let us first see what is health. So health is the state of being well-being mentally, socially, and physically. So these are the three conditions which are necessary for a good health. So if we take an example of physical health, then someone is getting fever or cough or cold. So these are the symptoms of not being healthy physically. He or she is not healthy physically. Then mentally, if he or she has stress on his or burden or any of the tensions in the mind, so we will say that he or she is mentally not healthy. So how the person is socially not healthy? So if someone has no atmosphere of social, they are such as if we talk about this corona pandemic, so we are not allowed to uh, talk to each other in this time. We are not allowed to meet with our friends or meet with our neighbors, meet with our own relations, own relation persons. So what is the social health disturbing? So if we do not have any social atmosphere, then we will get stress, or we will get tension. What will happen now, what will happen now? Every time this question comes in mind, especially in this time. So this is the socially not being healthy. So these are the three factors: physical, mental, and social. These are the three factors which affect the health, and a person in life is not healthy. Even sometimes he get physically ill, sometimes he get mentally ill, sometimes get socially, and socially illness direct depends on mentally illness. So this is the state of being healthy. So now let us learn about what is the difference between health and what is the difference between the healthy person and non-disease person or disease-free person. So now let us move to what is the difference between healthy and disease free. So absolutely we have completed what is health. So healthy means being well-being physically, mentally and socially. That's healthy person. But what is the difference between healthy and disease free? So let us first discuss what is disease. So disease means disturbed ease. Disturbed ease. Well, disease means we are not feeling good. Not feeling good means we have some illness. So that's called disease. So disease free means suppose that if we have any disease such as fever, then what will happen? Then we will say that we are not healthy. We are not healthy, we are diseased. We are ill. We fell ill. So this is the statements what we say when we get any disease. But if we say about disease free, then both are just similar things. So if we say about disease free means we do not have any disease. Suppose that if we do not have any fever or any cold, then we will say we are disease free. We do not have cough or cold or any fever. So this is disease free. So disease free means just like healthy but absolutely not healthy. If we are disease free outside, but something is inside our mind which we are not expressing to each other, we have no social environment for that. So we will say that we are not healthy. That is disease free means we do not have any disease. Then also we are not healthy because we are mentally disturbed, we are getting tensions, so that's not being healthy. So if a person is not if a person not suffering from any of the diseases, then we will say that he or she is disease free. But if that person has some mental illness, then we will say that he has some tensions, he has something inside his mind which he is not presenting outside. So that is disease free but not healthy. So this is the difference between healthy and disease free. So now let us move to next. So healthy is different thing for each other. For each of the person, the word healthy differs from person to person. Suppose that if we take an example of a singer, then he is healthy. How can we say that? If he can hold his or her breath inside for a long time and can play a tune on it by flute. So we can say that that singer is a healthy person. He is not suffering from any illness. He is healthy. And if we talk about a dancer, then what is the health means for a dancer? That if his stretching is good, if his steps are good, if his body flexibility is nice, then we will say he is not being diseased, he is healthy. So different person have different meaning of healthy. So health differs from each person to different persons. Health means a different thing, but disease free means we do not have any disease. So we can say we are disease free but totally not healthy. So this is the difference. Now we will move to next. So now let us discuss about what are diseases and its cause. So there are two types of diseases which can be diseases can be classified into two: acute diseases and chronic diseases. So let's understand what are acute diseases. So the diseases which remains only for a certain period of time, those are called acute diseases. And the diseases which remain for a long time, even for months or for few years, that is called chronic diseases. So now let us distinguish between acute diseases and chronic diseases. So short duration diseases, these just finish in few days or few weeks, but chronic diseases are long duration diseases, even sometime last for months and for few years, at least for 1 year. Then acute diseases, for example, patient recovers completely. After curing that disease, patient does not have any of the even one symptom of that diseases. But chronic diseases are those diseases after recovering, the patient doesn't recovers completely. It just gets some symptoms or it just remains inside it. That are chronic diseases. And acute diseases have no weight loss and tiredness. The patient does not feel any weight loss or tiredness after the acute diseases, after the disease is cured. Then chronic diseases have loss of weight and tiredness. Loss of weight and tiredness, always tired, just remain on the bed. So that's the feeling in the chronic diseases. Now what is the examples of acute diseases are cold, cough, etc. So these just remains for few days or few weeks, and after that does he feel any weight loss or any tiredness? I think no. And we also recover completely. So these are acute diseases. But if we have a look on chronic diseases, then examples are TB, means tuberculosis, and elephantiasis, which are common in India, in some parts of India. So these just remain for few months or for even for at least 1 year. So nearly 1 years. More examples are diabetes, thyroid, etc. So these are chronic diseases which have long impact on that patient. And after recovering, then patient does not recovers completely. If it has some weight loss and tiredness, so he or she have to take some medicines and take precautions for preventing it, but actually they are not finished. So these are chronic disease. They have long duration disease. They have uh, long effect on that person. But in the acute diseases, there is no long effect on that person. So now let us discuss what are the causes of disease. How do these diseases takes place? What are its precautions? Now see that. So now let us discuss what are the causes of diseases. So on the basis of causes of diseases, there can be certain factors affecting the disease of person's health. Then unclean water. If one has consumed unclean water, then this is one of the causes. And nourishment. So if one of the person has not taken a good proper food or not taken a healthy diet, then nourishment is not totally good for it, then it has a bad health. Then genetic differences and abnormalities. Genetic differences and abnormalities are one of the most important reason for not a good health or being diseased. Then this is one of the cause. Genetic differences are not in our control. These are after our birth. So these are not in our control, but these two are in our control. We have to make it sure that we have to drink pure clean drinking water, and we have to take a balanced diet, a proper nourishment food. So this is the causes of diseases. Why the diseases cause? So these are the three factors which are affecting on causes of diseases. Now let us learn about on the causes of diseases, on how many types of diseases are there. So according to the causes of diseases, diseases can be divided into two groups, non-infectious and infectious diseases. So as the name is suggesting, non-infectious means it is not caused by any of the infections such as virus, protozoas or bacteria, etc. Then infectious diseases are just opposite to it. Non-infectious diseases are those diseases which do not cause by viruses, bacteria, protozoans, or any of the fungi, etc. So examples are such as accidents, which are not infectious diseases. They can happen anytime. That is infectious diseases. And cancer, genetic diseases. Some cancer are genetic diseases, and absolutely genetic diseases or disorders which are getting which children are getting from their parents. Those come under the non-infectious diseases. And infectious diseases are those diseases which are caused by all of these factors, and there are certain means of spreading of those diseases. So we will discuss infectious diseases in detail. So now we will learn about what are infectious diseases. So now let us learn about infectious diseases in detail. So first of all, these are some diseases and these are examples of these diseases. So bacterial diseases are caused by bacteria, and for example typhoid, cholera, tuberculosis and acne. Acne are pimples which are caused by bacterial diseases. Then viral diseases, for virus, these are caused by viruses. For example, common cold, influenza, dengue, AIDS, etc. And now in this group, corona is also added. Now fungal infections are skin diseases. All the skin diseases are fungal infections, and one of them is black fungus, which is very common in nowadays in corona time. Now, protozoan diseases are malaria, kala-azar, sleeping sickness. So, these are examples of protozoan diseases. Worm diseases are caused by worms. Now, ascariosis and elephantiasis are caused by worms. So, these were some common diseases and their examples. Now, we will move to next. Now, let us understand with an example. So, different viruses and different bacteria or different organisms have their different own impact on that person or that host. So if we are getting an infectious diseases, such as if we are getting common cold, then viruses are behind this factor. So absolutely, if we take antibiotics, then the viruses, yes, viruses will not killed by antibiotics. But if we have fungal infections and we are taking antibiotics, then it will help, because it break down the biological process of making the cell wall of bacteria, and without cell wall the bacteria cannot live and it cannot survive. So that's why bacteria will be killed. So this was the reason behind the different infectious diseases. The different organisms are just similar to each other but not totally similar, because viruses also have the cell wall and bacteria also have that cell wall. But if we have uh, the fungal infections, uh, sorry, bacterial infection along with the common cold, then taking antibiotics will help us in killing the bacteria, and we won't have any more bacterial disease, and just common cold will be left with us, which we can uh, the different drugs are there which by which we can remove that common cold also. So different drugs or different medicines are made to kill different organisms, because every organism is not just same, because we have do not have any cell wall, animal cell has no cell wall. So the antibiotics will not affect on us health. So that's why we are taking drugs and medicines. So this was the reason behind how the viruses, bacteria, fungal infections and protozoans or worms are killed. Viruses are just dead outside. When they enter the cell, the living cell, then they just activate themselves and multiply themselves into many, 1 to 20 to thousands to lakhs, even crores. So this process goes on when the viruses multiply themselves. But this process won't be just same as the worms. Worms reproduce very slow in comparison to viruses. They just multiply themselves in too many copies of viruses. So this is the reason why the different drugs have different effects on different organisms. So this was the example. You can also understand from this corona example, and later we will discuss what are the causes of these infectious diseases, what is the agent of these infectious diseases, from where they are getting to us. So now these are some infectious diseases which are these are the reasons for being infectious diseases. What are the spread of means of these infectious diseases? So infectious diseases are also caused by communicable diseases. As the name is suggesting, communicable means getting down in the community, and getting the diseases is called communicable diseases. It varies from one person to another, one organism to another. So this is communicable diseases. So first is airborne diseases are also communicable diseases. When we just sneeze up, then the viruses get mixed up with the air particles, and whoever breathe that air will also get that diseases. So for example, pneumonia, tuberculosis and common cold. So these are caused by airborne diseases. Now waterborne diseases means the unclean drinking water, their water is which is not pure. When we drink that water, then we will get the disease. So cholera and hepatitis. So these are diseases which are waterborne, and sexual diseases which are caused by in contact with one person to another. So for example, if we shake our hands from one person to another, you can also understand it from the corona example. We are not allowed to touch each other. We have to just maintain social distancing. So this is the reason behind sexual diseases. We can also get it. So HIV and syphilis. So these are the diseases of sexual diseases, and in it corona is also included. Now animal borne diseases, animals which are causing that diseases are called animal borne diseases. For example, rabies and malaria. Rabies is caused by dog bite and malaria is caused by mosquitoes bite. So these were some reasons or the spread of means of infectious diseases. So now let us learn about next. So now let us discuss what are the principles of treatment. So if we get any disease, how can we cure it? Because certain organisms affect on certain organs also. Suppose if we are getting a virus inside it, so from where the virus can enter in our body? Absolutely with our nose. So this is the airborne disease. And principles of treatment. We can also make the cell wall to stop creating more viruses. We can inactivate the virus cell which cannot multiply more virus cells. Then it is called then we can take certain medicines or certain drugs to prevent it. So this is also prevention or a principle of treatment. Then if we are getting any bacteria, so by which we can get it through our mouth. So it can affect on stomach. So we can take the antibiotics to prevent the cell wall of bacteria to be created up and multiply itself. So this is also principle of treatment. We can treat in our different ways. So for example, if we are getting any fungi inside it, or if we are getting worms in our intestines, then we can eat certain drugs or certain medicines by which they can be killed. And they are also in particular organ which is intestine. So the certain organisms just affect on certain organs in our body. And if we are getting a brain fever, then it is also caused by a virus, and it can enter through our nose and can directly affect our brain. So that's why we are getting brain fever. And if we talk about corona, then it also enters inside our mouth, through our mouth or our nose. So that's why we are asked to use the mask whenever we go outside. And it is important to wash our hands to prevent any of the bacteria, viruses, etc., because they kill them. Sanitize your hands, as you know all the precautions, so I don't want to repeat again. Then we will just take different principles of treatment. We can just take different medicines of that particular disease, and we can be cured by our own with the help of that medicines. So if we are getting a chronic disease, then what is the condition? Suppose that not chronic diseases, we are just on the principles of treatment. So if we are getting a common cold, then what will happen? We can take some medicines and we will just be okay in few days. So this is what the medicines and drugs just work out, and make that disease a disease free, make that diseased person a disease free person. So this is what the principles of treatment. So now we will move to what are the principles of prevention of diseases. How can we prevent diseases? To get any diseases, absolutely we can take certain precautions from which we can prevent that diseases and make ourselves disease free. Now next is principles of prevention. How can we prevent diseases? What are its precautions? So before going to that, let us learn what are the principles of prevention and how the diseases are caused. What is the need of principles of prevention? What is the need of prevention? So if the three following conditions are there, if a person is diseased, then there must be three conditions which he or she will show. One is that if a person is getting diseased, if a person is getting ill, then the organ which is damaged will hardly repair or will never repair. So this is the symptom of disease, which by which we can understand that this person has already been diseased. So if second, if a person is taking much time to recover, then there must be a great disease or it is a severe disease which he can get again also. And third is, if the person is diseased, if the person is suffering from that disease, then it will also affect other persons in his community. Then other persons will also catch that disease and it will slowly spread in an entire community. And one of the example is corona, you can understand it well. Now these are the three conditions we have to take, we have to take care of it. By preventing these three conditions, we can prevent the diseases, we can reduce the chance to get diseases. So first is airborne diseases. If there will be clean environment in our society, then if there is clean breathing air, if there is no air pollution, then airborne diseases won't be affecting people. Waterborne diseases, if there are proper uh, drinking systems of water, then one person cannot get any waterborne diseases. Now next is vector-borne. Vector is the is what vector is the source by which an animal causes the disease. That animal is called as vector. So if we have clean surroundings, we have clean roads, clean environment, then what will happen? The mosquitoes will not obtain, will not breed, and what we will not get any disease such as malaria, dengue, etc. So these are the three conditions which we have to prevent. We have to take care of them to reduce the chance to get any disease. So these were the three conditions. Now we will learn what is immunization and what is vaccination. So now our next topic is immunization. So before going to immunization, let's learn what is immunity. The repairing of new cells, repairing of dead cells is called immunity. Or when cells recover themselves, then it is called immunity. Our immunity is strong, and we have heard it lot of time in this pandemic. Make our immunity very strong. So immunization is that process by which one is provided the immunity. One is provided with the uh, different types of immunity causing. So immunization is one of the process by which one can create its immunity to defend against the diseases, because our body, our immunity consists of some memory cells which recognizes the diseases when firstly entered. Suppose if you are COVID positive, suppose only if you are COVID positive, then the viruses will enter into your body and the immune system will recognize it, will memorize it, and when you again get COVID positive, then it will prevent it, it will fight against the COVID coronavirus, and that memory cell will help to fight against the diseases. And if it gets disease, if you get disease and it will recognize it, then you won't get again. So that's why children are provided with immunization and vaccination. So vaccination is the same process, but vaccination is the process in which if one person is uh, just injected the original micro or the original virus which is in the dead form, or in the uh, dead form, or in the inactive form, or some of the toxins are taken from that virus or micro, then it is injected into your body. And when the original virus or microbe will enter your body, then the memory cells will recognize it. They will recognize it and fight against them. With the help of them, you cannot get any of the original diseases. So this what is government doing with the Covishield and Covaxin in India. They are just injecting original COVID virus, coronavirus, into our body, but in the dead form. In the dead form, or some toxins are extracted from it, and then we are giving vaccine. So my one of the request is with you, if you are an adult, then go. If you are an adult of above 80, then go and vaccinate yourself. And if you are a child, then the vaccine is coming up, and don't forget to vaccinate yourself, because it's a question of your life. Just a pain is not important. Life is more important than a small pain. So you can also bear that pain, because it's a question of your life. So don't be scared of vaccination. And when the vaccine will come, promise me that you will vaccinate yourself. So here we have completed our chapter, and at last of this chapter, the most of the important thing is that prevention of a disease is better than cure. Because if we get a disease and then cure it, then it will be more difficult. But if we are preventing that disease to happen, then it is more easy to get us healthy. So here we have completed our chapter, and please take care of yourself in this pandemic. And this chapter was absolutely related to corona, and I hope you also just understood what is this chapter mean to say. You can, every time you can take the example of corona, because corona is just fit in all of these conditions. I think leaving one or two, corona is fit in all these conditions. So you can understand it better as the example of corona. Then we have completed our chapter. So thanks for watching this video, and have a nice day.